But as I have stated throughout this whole process, I firmly believe that when all the facts are presented, not only will I be exonerated, but I still will be the New Jersey's senior senator. These were monies drawn from my personal savings account based on the income that I have lawfully derived over those 30 years.
Sure, Bob. New Jersey Democrat Senator Bob Menendez defending himself today against an indictment on federal bribery charges that contains an almost comical number of bombshell allegations.
We're talking gold bars and at least $500,000 in stashed cash around his house. And on top of that, messages of dealing with Egyptian officials. Keep in mind, this isn't his first rodeo. He also faced corruption charges back in 2015. And so, Dagan, I look at this. I worked in Congress. I made the same salary that Bob Menendez did, $174,000 a year. It's good money, but it's money that doesn't bring you gold bars and $15 million, $500,000 in cash and over $100,000 in gold bars stashed in your house. That's not what it does. So again, when you have the text messages that come along with the Egyptian officials,
right,
it smells corruption.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Monica Crowley, former Assistant Treasury Secretary for Public Affairs, host of the Monica Crowley podcast, is here to weigh in on this. So you just got off. It was a hung jury in 2017. You get hooked up with this new gal pal. You marry her. And maybe you don't want the appearance of having some gold bars around your crib. And cash in house. Jackets with your name on it. I don't know. Maybe you just want to keep up appearances, Monica.
You know, it's great to be with you guys. And I guess the question now for Washington is there anybody not taking foreign bribes to help foreign governments? I mean, maybe that pool of people is actually smaller. Look, Bob Menendez, and I grew up in New Jersey. I've been around New Jersey politicians my entire adult life, so I can say this. New Jersey is one of the most corrupt, if not the most corrupt, state in the union. Bob Menendez got nailed for allegedly taking improper gifts 6 years ago, and he skated. He got away with it. But here's the bigger point. Guys like Biden and Menendez continue their corruption because they can. Democrats have full institutional control, and they've got the protection of the press. So with those two things, you can literally get away with anything and expect to skate. The only difference here is that Bob Menendez has gone up against the deep state by taking issue with the Biden administration's policy on the Iran deal and their efforts to resuscitate that. And he's an anti-communist because he's of Cuban descent and is really opposed to the administration's policies on Cuba. So that makes him very inconvenient for the radicals who run this administration. They would like to see him gone. So I think that's also the case with Joe Biden, too, right? That they can get away with so much corruption until the left's power brokers decide that they have outlived their usefulness, and then it's lights out.
And he's safe to take out because it's New Jersey. They're going to elect another Democrat senator, so they don't lose any seat. They don't lose any power. They just lose Bob Menendez, who has been a thorn in their side on some issues. Let's move on to this, though, because this is a win for the Second Amendment and their supporters. Financial software giant Intuit reversing a discriminatory policy that originally forbid gun manufacturers and sellers from using some of their tools like QuickBooks. The reversal comes after Senator Ted Cruz launched an investigation into the company, and as a result, he's also blaming J.P. Morgan and Bank of America for allegedly pressuring Intuit. And so, again, Monica, we know J.P. Morgan and Bank of America, they're liberal banks. They put pressure on anyone who does business with them, probably like Intuit, to change their policy on guns. But is this truly a win? Are we going to see a change on how the Second Amendment is treated based on what Ted Cruz did here with this investigation?
Well, all props to Senator Cruz for taking this action. Really, really important. this is really the only way we can push back. We need our legislators, we need people on Capitol Hill pushing back in this way, but we also need the power of our own purse. And we, as the great silent majority, we have really begun to feel our own power in terms of using our wallets, our pocketbooks, to push back on these woke companies as well. And we've seen it with Disney. We've seen it with a number of companies, Target, where their bottom lines are really being impacted by these organic boycotts, if you will, just simply because we choose to spend our money elsewhere. I think when it comes to the Second Amendment, we're also going to start to see this kind of pushback. This was a huge win, and every win begets more wins.
Yep, you got to have the freedom to vote with your dollar. Make a statement. Monica Crowley, always a pleasure. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.